Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Latino is taking you to another level.
I think there's more radicals than Chivo. Radical Latino, you're buffing it. The radical point of views, I think his views are actually more dangerous.
What up, my people? It's your boy Radical again with another podcast episode. Welcome to episode 203. I think it's 203. Is it 203 or 204? I don't know. But anyway, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the listeners still listening. I understand I've been MIA for a minute. I said the podcast was ending. I was going to just have little episodes here and there, and this is my little episodes here and there. You know, I hope you guys enjoy it. But how is everybody doing? Shout out to 2024. We came in to a brand new year, hopefully with no brand new problems, and everybody's getting their finances and physical together by this time and this year. Hopefully everybody's living healthy, everybody's doing well. You know, shout out to y'all. My New Year's was great. I know it's crazy. It's February, and I'm talking about New Year's. You know, I understand, but I gotta get y'all updated. You heard? You haven't heard from me for a while, so shout out to y'all. Hopefully, y'all New Year's was great. Hopefully, y'all New Year's was with family and everything, and you guys brought in the new year, happy. You know what I'm saying? You guys didn't get into like family feud or whatever the case is. But shout out to y'all. First of all, sorry for being MIA. I've been stupid busy. I'm telling you guys, doing your own thing, and having this, and having your I'm gonna just be real, having your business, having your thing that actually you sacrifice, time, money, and everything, actually start producing some fruit. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be working a lot. So that's my excuse for not being here. It's taking a lot of my time, but I'm going to find ways into my time that I can definitely contribute and add my 2 cents into the daily go of things. You know what I mean? So definitely that's the reason why I've been like MIA and like disappeared through social media and stuff. When you actually got things going on, you don't have time to be on the internet really worried. But guess what? My ears were definitely to the streets. I was hearing things, I was seeing things, I was like, ooh. If you guys want my full like up-to-date reaction, go follow my Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Radical_Latino_, and you'll definitely see what I'm talking about and what I think at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So another shout out to my Black listeners, to Black Americans, and Black people in America. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to y'all. This is a month. It shouldn't just be 1 month. It should be constantly getting educated about, y'all history. I'm talking about real education, not no made up shit. Talking about, we were the first Martians. No, like real history. So shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all month. It's fucked up that's in February. It should have been like in a warmer month, but it is what it is. So shout out to y'all for Black History Month. Hopefully the schools are actually teaching the real history, you know what I'm saying, instead of just constantly saying, you guys were slaves and this and this and this, and constantly feeding that. I'm not gonna say that that victim mentality, but constantly feeding that defeatist mentality. I'll say that defeatist mentality that is constantly drilled. And people are gonna start just thinking, well, hey, am I just gonna be you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go deep into it, but shout out to y'all. Happy Black History Month. And also, I'm gonna start putting more videos out. You know what I mean? Like I said, just been very very busy. Just been trying to find time, but trust me, I did not forget y'all. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna, I'm definitely gonna make some time for you guys. Also, really quickly, everybody I've been seeing on Twitter, also some people been hitting me up on the DMs. Should I bring the podcast back? Should it be weekly, bi-weekly? Let me know. It's up to you guys. If you guys want it every week again, if you guys want it bi-weekly, or you guys want it in sprinkle surprises like it is now, you know what I mean? Once every 3 months or something. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want. It's up to y'all. If go to my Twitter and vote. If I'm gonna put a poll, I'll probably put a poll out. But go to my Twitter and vote, so y'all can vote for the podcast should be every day. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. So definitely let me know. Also, huge recommendation for people who have a Netflix account, who borrows their ex's Netflix account, who never signed off of their ex's Netflix account, who be stealing Netflix accounts and shit. Big huge recommendation. Huge recommendation. Go watch Griselda Blanco. Go watch that. I'm telling you, it's a 6-episode series of Griselda's life, and it goes, I'm not trying to do no spoilers, but it kind of goes a little deep, because every documentary that you see about Griselda Blanco, every like the Cocaine Cowboys and all this other stuff, and every other film drama documentary type of thing, always sets it where she's already La Madrina, she's already the boss, she's already calling shots, she already been killed 200,000 people, you know what I'm saying? But nobody actually took a chance and actually wrote and visually put it together how she actually started off, because it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like she was established out of nowhere and then she just came to Miami and everybody just was like, oh, hell yeah, La Madrina. You know what I mean? Nah, it wasn't even like that. So it's really, really interesting how she actually, took initiative, and she was like, hey, yo, I'm gonna do my thing. You know what I mean? And also in the show, you also see the other side, how the cops are handling things. And there's a female officer, who's also going through the same thing that Griselda is going through. And when I'm saying this is not going to be a spoiler. It might just be a little hint, so you guys could start, noticing it if you guys do see the series. The machismo of those times. I'm not saying that it hasn't gone away, but the machismo of those times, the way women were viewed, sometimes still viewed, but women were viewed at those times that you're lower, you're just you're just an accessory to a man, is something that is actually not speaked upon, but is hinted to. And I see that Griselda used that to her advantage. She could walk into places, have meetings with certain people, and nobody would even bat an eye. Witnesses and individuals who would talk to the police would just dismiss her, because there's like, oh no, she was probably the girlfriend or the wife of so and so, and they would just, she'll be somebody forgettable. And it's also, they also like tie that in with the female officer who is finding these clues and is finding the names, and people are just ignoring her. Other male officers are just ignoring her because she's a female, and it plays on that aspect very good. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, that is a social aspect of those times. Still is a little around today, but usually of those times that women would just look as accessories and wouldn't be looked at somebody like, you're actually going to take in charge. And she was somebody that didn't care and took advantage of that. So definitely that's something huge. Took advantage of that and said, yo, I'm actually gonna use this and actually take, do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to Griselda, not the whole murders, she was kind of crazy, know what I'm saying? But it kind of also talks a lot about Latino culture. You know what I'm saying? Usually in Latino culture, for the most part, women aren't really bigged up or put up into a spot of being a boss because let's be honest, that's seen as a masculine trait, which it is. And if we, there's always a give and take. You know what I'm saying? There's always a give and take when it comes to certain things like that. Because let's be honest, if majority of women are going to be talking about, oh, I'm a boss, the next thing is going to be like, oh, I'm independent from who? From a man, and I don't need that. And then the whole feminism, toxic femininity, and all this other, dumb shit is going to start running rampant. So I get it, I understand, but in the same time, like it's we need some, I understand the female empowerment part of it. You know what I mean? Like I see both. You feel me? I see both, but that is something definitely you guys need to see. Also, it's so funny. Not again, I'm not trying to get in trouble with no cartels out there, but apparently the son of Griselda got mad because they portrayed her as ugly, right? First of all, not for nothing. By the time Griselda was in her older age, she was not even older age. Even when she was still running things at the end, she was like a titi. You know what I'm saying? She was like somebody's grandma, fam. Like she was a regular Hispanic, like Latina woman. You know what I'm saying? Like short, kind of stubby. You know what I'm saying? Like she looked like a regular doña. You feel me? So if anything, I understand we want to be real, but if anything, talking about ugly, Sofia Vergara, who was playing Griselda, I don't know, they did her a favor, but because Sofia Vergara, she's not bad looking. You know what I'm saying? She is not bad looking. If anything, they did her a favor, but it's so funny how Hollywood just strays away from the reality of what Griselda really looked like. I'm telling you right now, any titi or doña in the hood could have been playing Griselda. I swear to God, they wouldn't have a problem casting her out at those places. But they went with Sophia, so shout out. She did an amazing job. Apparently, this is the first film that she actually spoke in all Spanish. That's what she said, I believe. That this is the first time she actually spoke all Spanish, and it was apparently it was like liberating to her. So definitely go watch it. I highly recommend it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, moving on to some of the other updates and shout outs. Shout out to Denise. All right, real quick. I haven't forgotten the backstabbing that you gave me. Not just playing. Shout out to Denise. For those who don't know, I made a video. Basically, like not a response, like a reaction of a Puerto Rican girl, basically saying that she doesn't date Latin men, she only dates black men. So I gave my two cents to it, and Denise, found it very interesting, and she gave her 2 cents back. So shout out to Denise. And this is the thing. Let me just say before I say anything. I believe when it comes to content creators, when content creators are gonna react of another content creator that they know or what have you, I think first of all it should be done respectfully, which Denise did. Shout out to her. And the thing is that if you it's fine to disagree on a certain take. It's fine. I don't understand why certain individuals who make content and then the person that they know responds to that type of content in a negative way without insulting them, just their points, in a negative way. For some reason now they got beef. Oh, that's it. I can't do this no more. Because you didn't like what I had to. Like that just talks like on their ego. You know what I'm saying? It just talks on their ego, and it just shows like the lack of immaturity. I'm just saying, but huge shout out to Denise. She said what she said. I even called up or whatever the case is, and I gave my 2 cents. What I will take from that is I need to clarify a little bit more when I say both points, because at no way or time did I believe that she felt, or she was doing anything wrong when she said, I don't date Latin men because they're controlling. I didn't think that was that big of a deal. It wasn't even that serious. I gave my 2 point and my 2 cents on what I think will be the big deal, and I gave an example of it. You know what I'm saying? And that was misconstrued as I thought that was, and I was like taking it there, like that's the reason why I'm making this video because of it. Nah, I don't. It wasn't like that. I don't see that she says something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely go watch the video. It's actually Denise does a really good job breaking it down, and this is what I like about certain content creators, just like Denise. They have an eye. I'm telling you, like Denise should have been in like I don't know. She should have been like a psychologist or something, because she has an eye for detail, and it really calls on her life experience, because she sees through certain bullshit that other people might just bypass. You know what I mean? So she really has an eye for detail. Also, she has an ear for BS, And the thing is that she can eloquently break it down and have you understand why she is saying what she's saying. Now, do I think that she was going a little bit off the rails on her assumption? Yeah, I do think so, because apparently this lady had a tragic moment, or whatever the case is, and I didn't know that. But again, I think that's a reach to use that tragic moment when that wasn't what she even stated. But it is what it is. Just go watch it. Definitely go to her channel. I believe it's Latin Explaining with Denise. Go definitely watch that and see that part. See her breakdown, because she does a really good job, and especially when it comes to understanding laws and history. So definitely go check that out. Also, did you guys see Cat Williams on the Shay Shay podcast? Jesus Christ! First of all, like this dude was just like straight up like trolling, saying certain things, going crazy. I don't know what's true and what's not. It's all entertainment to me. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, but he did set the internet on fire. He set the internet on fire, saying certain things or whatever the case is. Like, with what was it? With Kevin Hart, apparently Kevin Hart, is he alluded that his bussy is being touched, and that's the reason why he's in such a high regards in Hollywood. This is what he's alluding to, or alluded. You know what I'm saying? And that's a response to Kevin Hart, basically, when they asked him, what happened to Cat Williams? And Kevin, I don't know if he kept it real or if he wilded out, but he was like, this is what happens when you're high on drugs. This is what happens when you choose a certain things and you're giving leeway on top of leeway on top of leeway, and you're messing up. You know what I mean? And, based on Cat's arrest records, I can't, deny that. Also, one thing I will say, even though Cat Williams is so-called irrelevant, right? So-called, I'm air quotes, so-called irrelevant. He is extremely, extremely hooked in to the local crowds and to the streets, because first of all, his shows are always sold out. That's one thing. So shout out to him on that, right? Two, he knows the local areas and knows the streets where he could call it out, and people, it's like he's a local and people will recognize it. So that's a huge talent that he has. So definitely shout out to that, because how gifted you gotta be to actually reminisce with a lot of people. Not people 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 people. A lot of people are not people. You know what I mean? Like they they really they say to themselves, they really open up. So for Cat to actually go to the local things and what's really popping in those areas, that says a lot. So definitely, huge shout out to Cat. Now the things that he was trolling on, I can't believe people actually believe this. Talking about like he used to read a whole encyclopedia or the dictionary when he was 3. First of all, 3-year-olds are just starting to even talk. You mean to tell me you were reading? He would have been, first of all, he wouldn't even be doing comedy if that was the case. You know what I'm saying? He would have been, in some elite school. He would have been in newspapers talking about the next genius. By the time he turned 10, he would have been graduated. He would have never even went to school. They would have already put him into NASA. And he would have been like, calculating formulas of how the rocket should be, made at this time, and we should use this material. Bro, you're a super genius if you could read the whole dictionary and understand it by the age of 3. So let's cut that. People literally were on Twitter or X or whatever, really defending him, talking about, yeah, that's true, that's possible. I'm like, what? Are y'all dumb? Do you know the level of mental capacity you have to have in order to achieve that? Are you dumb? So that right there tells me a lot of people don't really use common sense. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of trolling that he did. It is what it is. So with that, let me go to my first topic. And it might be something old to y'all, but guess what? I haven't been here, so it's my podcast. I don't care. All right. So let's talk about the Jonathan Majors firing. Now, for those who already know, and if you've been living under a rock, it's been like news for a month already, that Jonathan Majors got fired because he was sued and found guilty by this female who basically said that she broke her finger and all this other bullshit, blah, 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 that, this and this and this. Throughout the trial, there was even some footage even leaked to the public where you see Jonathan Majors running away from her. He pushes her, runs away, right? And she is following him, running as well, but yet she's the one that got beat up and scared for her life, right? All right. And they literally saw that and said that he is guilty. And when I talk about, and I can't believe when I talk about white supremacy, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. They rather look at footage and be like, nope, that Negro did it. You know what I'm saying? They rather look at footage and forget all about it. Forget all that, nah, it's a white woman. White woman tears are much precious. And you know what? You're just a lying black person. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane. It's insane. I'm looking at, fam, how many times did we see footage of black people unarmed getting deleted? You know what I'm saying? And we know who's at fault, but yet, no, we didn't see. What? No, we didn't see anything. It's crazy. It's crazy. So for the fact that Jonathan Majors got fired for this, it's like, okay, one, I understand the whole business aspect of it. I get it. But let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. If Disney would have put out a press release right after saying, listen, this is what the judge said, we don't agree with it. Jonathan Majors has been an outstanding person this whole time with no incidences at the studio. We do feel for the victim, but therefore, with further evidence that we did see in that video, we don't see Jonathan Majors in the wrong. We shouldn't be judge, jury, or executioner. The law took care of it, and we're gonna stand behind Jonathan Majors. That's something that they should have done. Not just fire him because of, like, I get it. You know, politically, it has to look okay, but let's be honest. People will boycott Disney. Oh my God, delete Disney. That will happen for maybe 3 weeks. If that will probably happen for 3 weeks, if that. And then people will forget about it and just, oh, why did I delete Disney? Oh, I don't know. Let's watch The Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? They would just go back to that. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that that evidence comes out of the contrary, talking about broken fingers and all that other stuff, but yet, Shorty is chasing him, and on top of that, there's evidence that he will call the cops, telling her, yo, she has to leave, and she will harm herself. Like, what? Come on now. If you have evidence like that, bro, what, like, dude, are you serious? This is the reason why the whole believe all women thing, man. I'm not with it. That believe all women thing, I'm not with it, bro. This is the reason why. And a lot of oh man, the messed up part about it is men go through this, and this is not even gonna be about race right now. I'm just gonna talk about gender. Men go through this, and we suffer in silence. For the most part, usually we all suffer in silence. Something happens, and there's no sympathy for us. There's no commercial. We are the angels. You know what I mean? With like little puppies, and then a guy is just sitting down while leaves is falling, and he has his hand, like his head laying down right next to a lake in a park. You know what I'm saying? Because his wife kicked him out. No, there's no eyes of the angel. Like, there's no commercial for us. There's no 1-800 number. Man, I got you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing for us. There's literally nothing. What we get is what we get. What do we really get? If they find out a man is being abused by a woman, they laugh. That's what laughter happens, right? Laughter happens. We hear, oh, a man abused a woman and he took it to the extreme. Damn, that's crazy. Oh man, poor her. You know what I'm saying? But oh, a woman gets pissed off, confuses pictures of her younger self that's on his phone, and thinking that's another woman, chops his joint off and throws it in the meat grinder. Oh, ha 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 ha! How dumb! Really? Like, I'm telling you, we suffer in silence, but I don't know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. It's up to y'all. Tell me what you guys think. You guys think this is cruel and unusual punishment, or what? You know what I mean? Tell me what you guys think. Now, moving on to my next topic, the immigration disaster. Now we're getting a little serious here. We're getting a little serious here now. The immigration crisis right now, not only in the border, but literally nationwide. These migrants are coming in. Mind you, these are the migrants that are being captured, not the ones that are just coming illegally through the border and now they're getting free rides to Disneyland. No, these are the ones that got captured, right? First of all, the migrant crisis. Let me just say one thing. Before I even speak on that whole thing. Latinos are becoming the face of illegal immigration, and this is something I've already said long time before. I've damn near even put this. I made it an episode, I believe. I said this a long time ago. We are going to become the face of immigration, even though we are not the majority of people who are illegally immigrating here. I gave the numbers. I even showed the numbers that the majority of people who are illegally migrating to this country are Asian individuals. Asians, and then goes, I believe, Europeans, right under Asians, and then no, I'm sorry, Africans, then Europeans, and then comes Latinos. But we become the face of immigration. Okay, cool, whatever. That just shows the ignorance, and that just basically shows the racism that these individuals have. All right, cool. Now, this is going to become a political game, game of ping pong, basically, that immigrants are going to go through. Okay, And mark my words, the immigration crisis, the immigration talk is going to be such a huge topic, especially since there's going to be a new presidential election coming up. Because that is happening right now, they have to ramp up a issue. Before it was the code, you know what I mean? The little flu code. They ramped it up crazy. And that was the number one thing on how a president is going to handle it, right? Before all of that was racism. They ramped it up crazy. How are you going to handle that? I can't believe that Trump said this. So racism was basically forefront and center, right? Now is immigrants, right? Now is the other boogeyman, immigrants. Now, this is what I'm saying. They're ramping it up to the point where any news about immigrants, no matter how flagrant it is, no matter how even the smallest negativity that you can find, they will blow it up, because immigration right now, it's a huge topic. And these media companies, they just want to pump in fear. Let's be honest. That's what's happening right now. So what I predict that is going to happen, which I'm already seeing, the news is going to start ramping up BS about immigrants. And they're already starting with talking about this immigrant beat up this cop, 2 officers, and that was detaining this immigrant. A group of migrants just jumped on this officer like a pack of hyenas. Blah, 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 blah. You feel me? So I already saw that. Before all of that, there was headlines about, this immigrant beats up this black guy in Brooklyn or something like that. When in reality, you see the immigrant Latino dude actually defending himself from the black guy, but it is what it is, right? But it doesn't really matter what the context is, because the biggest fear is immigration. Oh my God, they're taking our jobs. They're going to replace us. And all that racial fear of being replaced right now, that is even being given to black people. Remember, black people were the first fear of this country. They're going to replace us of this country. And now you have black folks spewing that same white supremacist propaganda, talking about they're going to replace us. Replace who? Tyrone. Because if you and Maria get together, y'all just gonna have another black and Latin baby. Who's being replaced? No one. Chad might be. You know what I mean? Christina might be. Erica might be, but not you. You know what I'm saying? But yet, this is what is happening. And the thing about it is, we're going to be used, Latinos are going to be used as a political ping pong. Democrats are going to come in and pander to us, talking about immigration reform, rights, this and this and this. They might have a cuchi frito, vote summit or some shit. You know what I mean? Just so they could, appeal to our rights. But in reality, let's be honest, immigration, in face value, immigration isn't a Latino issue whatsoever. It's not. That's not our permanent issue. Everybody goes through immigration. Let's be honest. Everyone goes through immigration. It's not our number one issue. But what are these politicians going to do? They're gonna pander. They're gonna pander. Rightfully so. They wanna get the votes and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? But what is the media doing now? What they're doing now. They're adding extras into a lot of things. Yes, some of it I disagree with. Again, before I even start, I said this plenty of times, I'm not for or against immigration, illegal or otherwise. I'm not for or against it. I'm in the middle. I understand the negative effects of it, but I also understand the positive effects of it. So some of the news is coming out, pissing people off, talking about migrants are getting $300 a month on debit cards so they could get food. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, why are you giving free? And this is what is going above people's heads. One, they cannot just spend this $300 out of nowhere to go to Best Buy. No, they gotta buy food, and it will only clear out in the bodega, supermarket, or what have you. No, will they probably find a way to flip it? Yeah, they probably would, but that's not the point. The point is the city is giving it to them to recycle it back to the city. That's it. It's not going anywhere. It's just going back into the economy. That's all. That's all. Oh man, these migrants are getting free Wi-Fi. Well, goddamn. I bet you that Wi-Fi ain't that fast. Last time I checked, McDonald's Wi-Fi is fucking slow. And they give you only 30 minutes, and then you got to pay $1.99. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's crazy. Oh my God, they're getting free Wi-Fi. Like, calm down, bro. Relax. You feel me? The craziest, oh, they're getting free housing. No, not anymore. The people that were getting free housing and they still getting the free housing actually are the Ukrainian the Ukrainian people who ran for asylum. Those are the ones who are getting free housing. Migrants? No, they're not. They're being bussed around all over the place. They see more of America than Americans. Let's be how funny is that? Let's be honest about it. How funny is that? They're seeing more of America than Americans. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. They're being bussed around all over the place. And I understand that, like I said, oh my God, they're getting free money. No, they're not. They're not getting free money. Let's stop the bullshit. They're not getting free money. This money is controlled and limited to a certain amount. And when you really, if you were really in their shoes, you would know that money, oh, you can only use it at C-Town. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Let's be honest. This is a political game. And this is what they're going to try to put Latinos in. They're going to put Latinos in this category of, you guys are just fucking migrants. And if you vote Democrat, all this beautiful reform is going to happen. And we're going to solve it. You know what I'm saying? And what Republicans are going to be like, no, they're going to harper on the whole, well, we don't have enough money to feed these people and they need to get the hell out. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have a war on both sides. And who's going to be the ping pong? Latinos. Latinos are going to be the ping pong on that. And we better wake up and wake up fast. We better wake up and wake up fast, because that's exactly what's happening, what's going to happen. We are going to be the political ping pong on this. And if we don't speak out, we're going to be the next people they're going to pander to, I'm telling you. With a bunch of promises and no solutions. A bunch of promises and no solutions. I'm telling you, the Latino community is damn near 19% of the population. And you mean to tell me we're so docile and humbled that we can't let our voices be heard? Let's stop that. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop that. And all this immigration, fear, it's really boils down to racism. Let's be honest. This happened really back in the day with the gasoline bath. The first thing that they started to do is the reason why disease is coming into America is because those goddamn Mexicans. That's exactly what they started to say. And they would put the greaser label on Latinos. Oh, you're a greaser. And that in those times, that meant, the disease carrier. Oh, they're carrying ticks, they're fleas and lice and all this other stuff. So when people will cross the border, they'll get fumigated, get their hair cutting, all that other stuff. Damn near 30, 40 something an hour will pass by just so you can go through the whole process like cattle, just so you can enter the United States. But if you were European, oh yeah, no, that's totally fine. You could, you got rotten teeth, don't worry about it. Come on in. But Latinos, they could come on in, but wait a minute, hold up. we gotta process you just a little bit more. You feel me? So this is just times repeating itself. That's all it is. Is times from the olden days repeating itself. That's all it is. Now, going to the main topic of the show. You know what I'm saying? Going to the main topic. I wish I was born Latino. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tyrese. So Tyrese basically came up with a very controversial statement talking about, I wish I was born Latino, right? And he pretty much breaks down the reason why he wishes he was born Latino. Basically, he said black culture could take over the world if there was a greater sense of unity, like there is in the Latino community. That's what he said in his Instagram, right? And he pretty much breaks down because he puts up a post how a Latino man, his family kind of struggled together, put money together, and gave him a brand new truck or car or whatever the case is. And he basically was like, that's a major accomplishment. How come black people can't unite? And he pretty much says, we can't get anything done and accomplish as a fragmented culture, insecure, threatened by each other, competitive towards another race, killing ourselves every single day furiously. Okay. And the majority of us black men and millions of us are locked up in prison, right? And he basically praises the Latino community for not going through that, being adjacent to us, but we don't have those same problems. Now, Tyrese. It's a 50-50. I don't know how to basically not feel by it, but I don't know how to like break it down because it's so okay. You're right. The black community has a little bit more issues than the Latino community. Yes. A lot of it is self-inflicted, of course. Okay. But guess what? The Latino unity that a lot of people are seeing, because they probably live in not glass houses, but in a confined space, and they don't really know the culture. Latino unity is not that united, to be completely honest. We're not that united. We're united. I'm gonna tell you right now. We're united when we first come to this country and trying to find a job. You know, that's when the Latino unity is at its highest, right? A person will rather go to another Latino because they feel more comfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. They feel more comfortable with this person and see if they could work something out or whatever the case is. But for the most part, that's what it is, right? Latinos are not really united like that. There's everything that he said about the black community, you could definitely find in the Latino community, and just a little bit, that's a little bit more worse also. In our country, not in America, but in our countries, the femicide is going through the roof. A bunch of simp ass Latino men are killing their women for the smallest things. Oh shit, she went outside and didn't let me know that she left. She gotta die now. You know what I mean? Oh, she's leaving me, and I don't want her to leave me, even though I cheated on her 17 times and I got 4 baby mamas outside of her. But nah, she can't leave me. She gotta die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So the toxicity in our community back home is a lot higher. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what he's saying, because it's perceived that we have all this great unity and stuff like that. Now, for the most part, we do. You know, there's a lot of great Latino things that we actually do get together. We look out for one another and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's not everywhere. You know, I just have to keep it 100. It's not everywhere. Now, a lot of people like Therese who likes to say things like that don't know the Latino community like they think they do. If you were actually spend a good year among Latinos, and you'll see the same exact conflict The same exact conflict, disorder, dysfunction that you will find in the black community. The same thing. Now, put both our communities together. You're going to see stats, of course. One is higher than the other. All right. Somebody has to be number one. Okay, who cares? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Latinos are not far off. Latinos are not that far off. What? Black people sell drugs? Who did they get the drugs from? You know what I mean? My fault. Hold up. Backtrack. Black people sell drugs, right? Who they get the drugs from? Latinos. Latinos import the drugs here, and we give it to black folks, and they sell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like we're not that different. You know what I'm saying? We're not that different. Again, put stats together. Yes, numbers might. There's gonna be a winner. There's obviously gonna be a winner. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I understand. Usually, a lot of people who say statements like this are not from the community. Are not from the community. A lot of people who say statements like this are pretty much ignorant of the community. Now, do I love my Latino community? Of course, 100%. 100%. My wife. Listen, my wife is Latina. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. You feel me? Like the last thing I want to do is move away from my community. Of course, there's a lot of beautiful things in my community. You know what I mean? Do I have more positive impacts in my community than any other community? Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Am I sometimes proud to be Latino? Of course, 1000%. But sometimes we've been fucking it up for our own. We have to keep it real. Everything ain't all sunshines and rainbows in our community. We just have to be real. That's all it is. We just have to be real with one another and say the truth. I don't like sugarcoating anything. You know what I mean? I started this channel bashing and saying the truth about my community. I'm not gonna stop. We got to keep it real. I can't just lie and make up fake history talking about this happened in 1877 and that's the reason why. Come on now, like, no, I'll be setting myself up. You know what I mean? But shout out to Tariq because he, you know, I understand why he said that. I get it. I totally understand. But in the same time, that's somebody that doesn't know the community. You know what I'm saying? So of course he would say that. Now he got a lot of backlash talking about, oh, he's anti-black. No. It has nothing to do with that. And I disagree with that. I don't think it has anything to do with being anti-black or anything like that. He said what he said because of an outsider looking in. From the outside perspective, yeah, that's what we're you know, we're deemed as that. You know what I mean? From an outside perspective. But in reality, I'm telling you, for the most part, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of backstabbing, greedy motherfuckers around here. You know what I mean? And you're like, and people be like, God damn, y'all hide it very well. Well, shit, yes, we do. I'm saying, yes, we do. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 203. Yes, I had to look at it just to make sure I wrote it right. And I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.